Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Reiki with Anna. This is my first ever Reiki video, my first ever video on this channel, so welcome. I figured I would start by giving you a little background about me, and likewise, I'd love to hear about you, so that's what the comments section is for. Let me know how you found this video. I'd love to hear if you're here for the Reiki aspect of it, or if you're here for more of the ASMR. Yeah, I'd just love to know whatever you'd like to share. I think it's super fun creating a community on YouTube. And it's one of my favorite things about this platform. I am a Reiki Master Practitioner working out of the Los Angeles, Pasadena area. I am really passionate about Reiki. I discovered it during a time when I was going through some pretty painful stuff, and it's been such a beautiful tool as part of my healing process. And I really wanted to share it. And I figured it would be a really nice combination with my love of ASMR and of YouTube and content creation. I just thought it would be a fun thing to experiment with. I have 2 other channels here on YouTube, another ASMR channel that's more narrative, kind of roleplay based ASMR, which is so much fun because I get to combine my love of writing with my love of ASMR and fantasy, and it's really, really fun for me to do. And I've started doing a lot of requests over there too, which has been really cool to kind of have that solid back and forth with the audience. And I also have a plant-based cooking channel called Bow and a Dash of Moxie. But I just figured I would share a little bit about myself, and that'll be in the description box below. Just a little bit about the theme of this video today, which I'm sure you will have seen from the title of this video and probably the thumbnail. I'll probably put a picture of me with the title here. But I wanted to make this video based on something that I've been experiencing. I had some ASMR triggers in here with this really cool necklace. I think it's cool. It's like my gentle armor. Protects my heart. And it makes some good sounds. So what I've been going through is this past year has been paved with a lot of grief, a lot of hardship and loss, death. And I'm sure, that's life. I'm sure a lot of you have been experiencing that too. Maybe especially since you clicked on this video. So I felt called to make a video for support during difficult times. I wanted to make a video that I would like to see when I was kind of in the throes of some really painful stuff. I'll use the word grief here. And if you're in the midst of that, I'm so sorry. And I'm so sad. And I wanted to create a video to support that time that really delicate time and to validate that pain. I think one of the worst things when we're experiencing that kind of pain is to not have our feelings validated. So I wanted to add that as part of our theme today, validating those really difficult feelings that we have to navigate through. And this can be for loss, if you've lost someone that you love, or you've lost someone sort of in your life, or you've lost, someone that you love has lost someone. It can be for the loss of a relationship, for a breakup. It can be for, I'm not sure if you can, I think you can hear that airplane, but I'm gonna have to work through it. Sorry, guys. And gals and everybody else. It can be for anybody who's struggling with a heavy heart. That's kind of the theme for this video. And I have a whole table of fun tools that we can use to kind of help us throughout this healing session. This video is also available for anybody who's just looking to relax, just looking for some R&R. If you're not going through anything super painful, or you're not in a period of grief right now, that's great. And I hope this doesn't feel disempowering or doesn't bring you down in any way. If it is, please turn it off and go to another video. But hopefully for you, if you're not looking for the Reiki healing aspect of this video, or the support during loss aspect of it, then hopefully you can just find some relaxation. If you're just looking for some R&R, some chill time, hopefully I'll have enough fun little triggers to just have a hangout session with us emotional people. I can't start this video without mentioning my incredible Reiki Master teacher, the lovely Lunanate. I'm sure many of you are familiar with her and her channel, which has been a huge inspiration to me along my journey, as well as me starting this channel. So thank you so much to the lovely Jillian. She's has an incredibly stunning catalog of content, and the breadth of it is massive, and she has so much wisdom and insight to offer. So on the off chance that you're not familiar with her channel, go and check her out if you're called to. It's Lunanate. Thank you so much for bearing with me through this lengthy intro. If you are still here, then we're going to start by lighting some incense and setting an intention for this session. If you are open to receiving this Reiki session by proxy, then either declare to yourself or aloud that you are open to this Reiki energy work. Here's the incense I'm going to be using today. As you can see, it's one I really like because there's only one left in there. I think this It's one of my favorite triggers. How do you all like that one? This one is so dusty. I got it when I was traveling this year. And a lot of the incense is congregated at the bottom. It's forming a committee of dust down there. Ha ha. Cool. Last one for you. Oh, it smells so good. Hope I didn't just get it on my nose. I did. Cool. All right. Gonna light it with these matches. Oop. These are from Little Pine. If you're not familiar with Little Pine, I don't know if you're not from Los Angeles. It's one of my favorite date spots. It's a cute little place. Yummy food. And a cute little emblem. I'm a sucker for any emblem that has to do with nature. Okay. My left hand is shaking. Okay. I wish to conduct this Reiki healing session, inviting only that which serves our most empowered, most aligned selves, in perfect harmony and comfort, for support during difficult times, for validation of your pain, and for openness to learning whatever this time might have to teach us. As a point of clarification for that intention, I would just like to say that for the last part about an openness to learning right now, I by no means want that to evoke any pressure or feelings of anxiety within you that you might need to search for a lesson in this. Search for deeper meaning to this pain, especially if you're in the thick of it, if you're in the midst of that grief. The last thing I would want to do is make you feel like you're not doing enough, that you haven't found something. No, not at all. When my mother passed, I found it very comforting and also very empowering. That quote, I think it's a Rumi quote, but I could be wrong about that. It's like, the wound is where the light gets in. Or the wound is the place where the light enters. And something about me feeling like I could find something in that pain that might teach me a lesson, that felt very comforting and empowering to me. And it also, in a funny way, made me feel more connected to my mother, who I was very, very close with. Because it made me think, what are the kind of maternal bits of advice she would have given me at this time? I don't know if that's helpful at all, and if it's not, please leave it at the door. You can remove that intention and just use whatever intention you would like. If you've lit a candle, if you've burned some incense, or if you are simply watching this and you wish to set a different intention now, please feel free, be my guest. So, this, with the incense, allows us to seal this intention in this realm. It's a symbolic, it ignites the symbolic power of Reiki. Passing between us at this time, sealing our intention here in this realm and carrying it through to where and whenever you happen to be watching this video. Since this video is all about support for a heavy heart, I figured it would be nice to invite a lot of green into this video, since green is a color associated with the heart chakra. I also have a collection of stones, crystals, gemstones here, many of which are associated with the heart chakra as well. So why don't I introduce these stones to you now, so that during the flow of our session, we won't have to stop and familiarize you with these stones. Although I'm sure many of you will already know about them, but these ones specifically. Okay, let's get started. Okay, first up we have Kambaba Jasper. It's a great hefty stone, which many of these I brought out today are. This is a really gentle, really comforting stone that fits really easily into the palm of my hand. It's a very kind of satisfying stone. It's got a lot of weight to it, so there's a lot of comfort in that. And it has a lot of eyes, helping me see a bit clearer. Some cool faces too. Kambaba is a great stone of peace and tranquility. It's great for comfort and for soothing. I'll give you a closer look. It's also really beneficial for protection and for calming. It restores balance in the body, mind, and spirit connection. For me, it has a really beautiful, flowing energy. Great for Reiki. Very fluid, transformational, gentle transformation. Not for me like malachite, which is a little bit more of a heftier stone of transformation. Feels a bit more intense, whereas Kambaba Jasper has a very gentle, fluid energy to it. So this is the first stone I'll introduce you to. Next step. We have Septarian or Dragonstone. Very nurturing, very grounding. This can be very helpful during times of pain, loss, and grief. Just to make sure that you check in with yourself, see if you're grounded. It's a very difficult thing to do during these difficult times. So I thought it would be beneficial to invite this stone in. I also wanted to use this stone for this session because while this is generally associated with the root chakra, it has yellow calcite in it, and yellow calcite is great for the solar plexus. It's very empowering. As many of you know, the solar plexus is about self-confidence, personal empowerment, will. And so the reason I was called to mention the calcite here, and specifically working with this stone that has that association with the solar plexus, is because for me, during these times of grief and loss, it's really easy to become very disempowered, kind of low, feeling like deflated, lack of energy, like the things that used to come easy to you are very difficult. I don't know if any of you relate to that, or if that's the sort of loss or grief or pain that you're experiencing. But few know what I mean. I think this can be helpful for that. So I'll give you a little bit of a closer look on this one. Septarian promotes patience and tolerance. As I said, it's great for the solar plexus and the root chakras. Very empowering. Has a very protective energy. So the next stone is rose quartz. I think many of you would probably be surprised to see a video focusing on the heart chakra without some rose quartz in there. Rose quartz. Stone of love. Stone of comfort and compassion. I'm not sure if you can tell with this light, but this one is really a beautifully dusty pink. And it has really pretty little lines in it. I like this one a lot. This is great for opening yourself up to infinite love, universal love. It's great for opening up those channels to give and receive beautiful, pure love. Pure versus impure love. What is the difference? But here we go. And I'll give you a closer look. It's such a gentle, comforting stone. So peaceful. You might even say it's like your satellite of love. I love that stone. Next up, we have another really beautiful pink heart chakra stone. Or stone that can be beneficial when working in the heart chakra. Rhodonite is a great stone for forgiveness and for self-love. Again, it's a great stone for empathy. The first time that I ever picked up a stone and felt something, I don't know if you've ever had that experience, but picking up a stone and feeling a vibration, tingles, was actually a rhodonite, and it wasn't this exact one. It was a little piece, but I use it a lot in my personal work and also with clients. It's a great stone. I think with rhodonite, it can just be used for many things. It's a great balancing stone because it has the black associated with the root chakra, associated with safety, with comfort and grounding, and then the pink associated with love and peace. It's got a nice balance. Also, I use it for anger, if I'm feeling angry. And so I thought, I felt particularly called to use it for this video because I think for me, often during times of grief or loss, if your feelings aren't validated, then it can be really easy to turn over into anger, to feel angry about that. I think that's a very common, very natural transition. So I would love to validate your feelings here, but also invite this stone as a reminder of the power of forgiveness, because rhodonite is a great stone for acceptance and forgiveness. And for me, during times of anger, rhodonite can help to say, okay, my feelings and my lack of validation from this individual, it's really not about me. And I will feel much better if I forgive this person. So that's just an idea to play with. Also, as far as anger goes, if that's something that is mixed in with the medley of emotions that you might be feeling right now, Septarian, I find, is really beneficial for anger because it promotes patience and tolerance. So what might be nice, and what I've done before in a meditation where I put a stone grid along my body, is placing the Septarian by the root chakra, either by your hips or kind of underneath you. I will place that there for the patience and the tolerance, as well as the grounding. So you've got that working from below. Then I'll place this at my heart center, encouraging self-love and forgiveness so you're not losing yourself while you're forgiving others. Because that's a fear, right? If I let go of this anger, if I let go of this, then I will lose some of myself. Sometimes that can be a fear, so to remember that self-love can still exist alongside forgiveness. That's a nice reminder. So placing that at my heart chakra, my heart center. And then I usually like to add a little something up here, maybe clear quartz or selenite or amethyst up at the crown, just to kind of balance it all out. As above, so below. All that. Cool. So I'll show you the rhodonite a little bit closer. As I said, it's great for balance. It stabilizes and grounds with the black for the pink. It's great for promoting love and peace. And it can also aid in healing past wounds. It's great to invite empathy and love into your relationship with yourself and even with those around you. Okay, next up we have Amazonite. Amazonite, the stone of hope and truth. It's a gentle flow, just like the Kambava, and just like the waters of the Amazon. I'll give you a closer look. I'll tell you a little bit more. It's very calming and soothing, eternal and constant. It's a great reminder that we have within us a perfect balance. It can help release a fear of judgment. So I think this stone can be really useful to empower us to release that fear that other people are judging us, in order that we can grieve in peace and fully allow ourselves to feel what we're feeling right now, so that it doesn't potentially pop up in different aspects of our lives. I also think it's important to freely communicate your needs, and this is a helpful stone for that. Freely communicate your truest needs and also open yourself up to the infinite power of hope. It's a beautiful stone. Next up, we have green moonstone, or garnierite. I think that's what this one is. If you're looking at this and thinking that's definitely wrong, please let me know. This is a relatively new stone in my collection, and I do not have the name of it. But I think that's what it is. It's what it looks like to me. This is great for the connection with Mother Earth. It's a beautiful stone of emotional balance, as well as self-care. And it's also a great stone for breath work. Deep breath. Okay, and now Selenite. I'm going to be using 2 selenite wands, this one and a slightly larger one, during this session. Selenite is great for purification and for harmony. I love selenite. I got this from a little farmstead that has a little shop in upstate New York with one of my best friends. So I think it's a really cool piece, both of them. Actually, I'll show you this one now too. Let me bring you a little closer. Show you them here. So, selenite is great for clearing energy blockages, for flow and for movement. It's also a great, gentle energy amplifier. It's great for alignment and for balance, so it's a perfect one to begin and end a session with. And lastly, a wing of black kyanite. Very Game of Thrones, very epic stone I love to work with. It's a great stone for negativity removal. It is sort of like, I don't know, the imagery I have with it is like, when you have in science class when you're a kid, there's a series of broken up metals and a magnet, and you kind of go through with the magnet and all the metals go up and stick to it. This is kind of what it reminds me of. I don't know. Maybe that sounds silly, or obvious, or I don't know, something. But that's what I'm reminded of. Little shards of metal, or maybe graphite shavings. Here, I'll let you look closer. So black kyanite is great for clarity. It's great for openness. It clears pathways so that you can be more open to receiving healing, open to receiving energy work or an intention. It's really great for removing toxic thought patterns. It's great for spiritual activation, for healing past trauma, even for clairvoyance or clairaudience, psychic surgery. It's a big boy, the big guns. So those are the crystals I'll be working with during the session today. And I just wanted to mention something about crystal work. Basically, this is for anyone who is interested in this kind of work, is interested in tapping into spirituality, but where logic kind of gets in the way, where you say, does a rock really open up my love channels? Does a stone really, make me more patient? And so I just wanted to mention something for any of you who might be feeling a little doubtful, which is totally okay and fair enough and fine and relatable, I think. For me, an in that regard is to, for example, if you have rose quartz and you've gotten it because someone told you that it will open you up to find your soulmate or something. And let's say that's not for you. Let's say that caused a lot of doubt in your mind. And so now maybe you've not developed cynicism, but maybe you're a little questioning of crystal work and this kind of work in general. Well, one thing you might want to consider is that these could be reminders, touchstones for you to say, oh, this is a stone of love. So every time I look at this stone, every time I feel it in my pocket, I am reminded of the power of universal love. You can set that kind of intention for a stone so that every time you look at it, it's just a reminder, a comfortable reminder to you. It can also be a reminder to you that something has happened. So for example, let me use a different stone as an example. For rhodonite, you could use this every time you look at it or feel it in your pocket, or if you wear a ring or a necklace or bracelet with rhodonite in it, to say, I've forgiven before and I can forgive again. Forgiveness does not make me weak, it makes me strong. And you can use that to empower you to make that choice again. So if you wanted to designate a stone, it doesn't have to be any of these. It can be something that you find in your yard or when you're going for a walk on the beach or anywhere, in a parking lot, whatever. And you can say, okay, every time that I feel this or I look at it, I say to myself, I forgave and I don't regret it, or something like that. So I don't know if that's helpful or if that seems obvious to you, but that's just some food for thought. Also, I kind of like the idea of collective intention. So the idea that when everybody looks at rose quartz, they think of love. And I don't know, it might just be me, but that collective association, I think, gives it power as well. Just that so many people, their focus and their intention when they look at, amethyst connecting to the divine, intuition, when they look at rose quartz connecting to love. I don't know, that's just an idea. As with everything here, this should all be taken with a little grain of salt. Please take a bite out of this, chew on it. If it tastes good, swallow it. If it doesn't, spit it out. Take a bite out of something else. If there are parts of this that resonate with you, please take those and use them in your practice. If there are parts that don't resonate with you, please leave them here. None of this has to stay with you. If it feels in any way disempowering, please leave it. You'll know what's right for you and what's not. But I just wanted to mention that before we begin. Okay. I will now be drawing the sacred Reiki symbols with this incense and chanting the sacred words that accompany these symbols underneath my breath to honor the passage of these symbols from master to student, master to student, master to student, and down the line from 11 passages before me. All right. This process activates the flow of Reiki healing energy with me as its conduit, and you as the receiver. Oh. Again, I hope you are in a comfortable position. And let's begin. Doing this around your heart chakra. Sorry if that was a little fast. Okay, and here. Far away from your body though. Okay. Just swirl it around here. Think that green moonstone is encouraging some nice breath here. I hope it's encouraging that for you as well. Okay. I will now be using the 2 Selenite wands to begin this session by clarifying, cleansing, and purifying, clearing your etheric field, ether body. I love using these wands at the start and at the end of the session. I think it's a great way of sealing in activating a session and then sealing it up with all the goodies. So we're just combing through with these, just very gently removing anything that's stuck. And just like the singing bowl, getting things moving, inviting some flow here. Okay. Great, I'm just going to use this one here. I'm going to get above your head. Okay. Let's see. Okay. There we go. Just around the top. Okay. From here to there, combing through like that, and down. Okay. And now we'll do feet, legs, and up through the midline, up through your chakras. Through your crown. Okay. Nice. I will now be doing a little scan of your aura, going through your chakras. Actually going to spray my hands. Like glutamate. This says that it's a sage and cedar spray, but I actually, from the Crystal Garden, but I've refilled this many times, and I think in this one I know, I'm just gonna try and make sure I remember. I put some cedar wood, I put rosemary, a little bit of tea tree oil, and some lavender. It's like calming and activating at the same time, because the menthol, the lavender, and all of it, it's great. I'm just going to spray this on my hands. I'm going to spray this on you later at the end, but I'll just give some of this mist into your aura just for some yummy. Cool. And here. Alright. Okay. Nice. Maybe one down by your feet. What do you think? Nice. Okay. I'll just scan through your aura with my hands. It's very gentle. Just writing the sacred symbols in the palms of my hands. Now going to be using this little owl shaker. Got this in the redwoods, my happy place. The redwoods and the sequoias, big enchanted forests. The owl is a very important symbol for many people, but I thought it would be helpful for this video because it's a great symbol for connecting with the wisdom of those who are past. So if you're not grieving the loss of a loved one, there might be someone that has experienced the kind of loss or pain or the kind of heavy heart that you are experiencing. And so they might have some insight on how to deal with it. This could be inviting an earth angel in, but it could also be a connection with spirit, someone who has passed, whether you know them or you don't. Obviously in perfect comfort and love and only in service of our most aligned and empowered selves with all the love in the world. But if that's something that you choose to work with, please set that intention now. If you are experiencing loss or grief from losing a loved one, this can be a lovely time to just kind of invite them in, or to hear their wisdom, or to send them love. If you're open to that, and if you're not open to that at all, again, please leave it. If that sounds not like something you don't want to invite in here, forget it. This will only be invited in if you declare it and if you set that intention. What I'm saying now are not intentions, they are suggestions. So we won't set that intention, but if you wish to, please feel free at this time or throughout if you feel called to. This little owl for me is particularly significant because my mother showed up to me, I believe, in the form of an owl. I was alone in the woods and in the middle of the day, and she flew into a tree right next to me. Big mama owl. And it's okay if you don't believe that story, but to me it was her. So owls hold a deep significance to me, as well as many others, for connecting with those who have passed and allowing them to continue influencing us with their wisdom in perfect comfort, loving comfort, benevolent comfort. So how I'm going to use this shaker is to break up any stagnant energy. Now I noticed a little something around the hips, so I'm just going to focus a little bit on the root, on the sacral, and on the heart, but I'm going to go through your entire auric field with this rattle, and I hope that it's going to make a nice sound. It's hard to know with the microphone what's going to sound good and what's going to sound unpleasant, so please let me know in the comments if you like this sound. Here we go. Starting at your crown. Throat chakra. Okay. So now that we've used that owl to break up the energy, anything the selenite wands might have missed that was sort of like sticking in there, anything that's not serving our highest and greatest selves, we have shaken that up so it's rattled loose, let's say. And now I'm going to take our black kyanite, our little wing, and we're just gonna you can either picture, since to go along with that feather winged metaphor, we are dusting it away, dusting, removing the dust. Or you can see it as collecting all of the little bits of metal and the magnet, magnetizing all of that toxic stuff. It's I don't know if you know what I'm talking about when I say that, but if that doesn't resonate with you, use whatever does. You could picture a comb, just anything like that, moving through your etheric field, just moving anything which isn't serving you, anything that's stuck, that's not flowing, any stagnant energy that needs to move. Okay, here we go. Again, we're going to start at your crown, and we're going to move down third eye, throat, heart, solar plexus, sacral, root, and maybe below. All with respect and in perfect comfort and balance. Here we go. Coming down. Gonna start here. And now we just go down your third eye, right over. Okay, removing that. Okay. Alright, now we're gonna move down. Throat. Breathing is good for both of us. Through the heart, just removing any thought patterns that aren't in service of our most empowered selves, that are maybe getting in the way of our ability to grieve fully, getting in the way, move up to the throat again, of our ability to speak our truth and our needs, to see our needs. It's hard to know how slow or how fast to go up here, but I hope that's not distracting either end of the spectrum. And now heart again. Needs so much attention. It's going through so much. Needs so much support. You need so much support. I'm giving you so much support. I'm giving you so much support. This is, hard, difficult times. If that's what you're experiencing, if you're experiencing grief or loss, your feelings are valid. Okay, I'm just removing anything that might be getting in the way of you being able to fully experience what you need to experience, to fully give over what you need to give over to what you need to feel. You know, grieving is a process. Whether you're grieving loss or breakup, whatever it is a process. It's hard to think about it like that sometimes for me. It's hard for me to see in those moments sometimes that it ever won't be like that, but the only permanent is change. It is, I guess, neither good nor bad, it just is. Let's move down, solar plexus. Let's make room. Let's open the space up so we can fit all kinds of beautiful things into your auric field. Invite all kinds of beautiful things. Let's shake it up and remove anything that doesn't need to be there. That's not serving you. That's not supporting things that you need right now, things that you want to bring more of into your life. Down to your sacral and your roots with all the respect in the world. And there we go. Okay. Great. Lovely. Okay. I'm just going to start sending some energy. Again, getting some movement going. Just above the crown of your head. And third eye. Your throat. I'm not touching you, I'm just hovering a bit away from you. This is with so much comfort, so much love, sending protective, healing energy for your most integrated, aligned, balanced, harmonious self. I'm just gonna stay here for a moment. Your heart chakra. And it's this part of the session now that we've sort of broken up the energy and cleansed your aura and things like that. Now if you want to think about it structurally, we're just filling it up. The rest of the session is just about filling it up. You are so loved. And you are so capable of love. I know it might not feel like it right now, but you are. Okay. Okay. Spray my hands again. Okay. I'm gonna draw the sacred symbols above your heart. So gentle, so gentle. So now I'm going to be placing this Kumbhava Jasper stone in your non-dominant hand, whichever that hand might be for you. So I'm going to be placing it, I'm right-handed, so my non-dominant hand is my left hand, and I'm going to be placing it here. This is my receptive hand, where I receive, and my dominant hand is where I give. So I'm going to be placing this in your non-dominant hand, your receptive hand, and we're going to be inviting Reiki energy from your surroundings in through this Kumbhava Jasper in perfect comfort and balance. And it's going to gently flow in through that hand, almost like a doorway, coming in all the beautiful, gentle energy around you. It's going to swirl in through this Kumbhava Jasper. So it's going to come in through that hand. I'm going to guide it with the Selenite wand. If you can assist with that and guiding it with your visualizations, that would be great. If you don't feel like participating in that part of it, that's totally cool. And then I'm going to be placing the Septarian Dragonstone in your dominant hand, and that way that energy will be flowing out through that hand. So there's just going to be a flow of this energy. The Kumbhava, like we said, peaceful, tranquil, transformative, flowing, soothing, calming energy, balancing body, mind, and spirit, all of that. And then this Septarian confidence. So you can radiate confidence. You can bring that out. You can release any of that toxicity that's stuck, any of the stuff that's been flowing and is transformed and transmuted as that energy comes out as patient energy, as tolerant energy, as grounded energy, nurturing energy. So first I will be placing the Kumbhava in your non-dominant receptive hand. So there we go. And now I will be placing this Septarian into your dominant hand. So there we go. Okay, there we go. Now we're all ready to go. I'm gonna take actually I think I'm gonna use this Selenite tower, which I brought as well. Same thing, except it's just been carved into a tower instead of a wand. And some of you who are familiar with this will know you can find all shapes, sizes of crystal. So here we go. So I'm just going to take from your receptive hand. That energy is going to flow into that hand. Gentle, soothing energy into that receptive hand. It's going to move up, flowing gently up your arm, your forearm, up through your elbow, through your bicep, and then up through your shoulder. And now it's going to flow up through your throat, your face, your third eye, swirling, beautiful, gentle energy. And this is sort of like, imagine water, cascading water flowing through you. And as it flows through you, it moves everything. It's creating a beautiful movement up your arm, up through your shoulder, your throat, through your face, through your eyes, your third eye, and up to the crown of your head. It's gonna cascade down now. Drip, drip, dripping, trickling down, moving all of that energy down through your throat, through your shoulders, through your chest. And we're gonna stay here for just a moment, focusing a lot of this energy on your heart center. We're going to just allow that energy to flow. It's gonna flow in there. It's like big, beautiful, comforting hugs of energy just around your heart. Everything that you are feeling, all of your pain, it's valid. I validate all of your feelings. I validate your grief. I validate your sense of loss. I validate maybe even your anger, if you're feeling angry that people don't understand, or you're not receiving the kind of support that you need from your loved ones or friends or coworkers. Or I validate all of that. I validate there's a sense of missing someone, loss or heartbreak, missing someone. And just validate all of that. And I'm sending beautiful, flowing, supportive energy to you there. Beautiful, flowing, supportive energy. We're going to flow down now to your solar plexus, and we're going to give it beautiful, bright, beaming energy from your solar plexus. Such gorgeous, light, sunbeam energy from your solar plexus. And now down to your sacral. This is like a nice dance like this with your sacral. Sacral solar plexus, if you don't know, is just below your rib cage, just 3 or 4 fingers above your belly button. Sacral, 3 fingers below your belly button. Sacral creativity, sacral joy center. All right, now we're going to do the root. We're going to send that beautiful flowing energy into your root. Safety, abundance. Once you communicate the things you need, the root makes sure you have everything that you need. Okay, now we're going to go below that. This is all very respectful. You're going to go down one leg, all the way down to the foot, a little below the foot, and now all the way up and down the other leg, again down below the foot and up, and that's going to swirl, and it's almost like the waters get stronger, still perfectly comfortable, still perfectly aligned. But the waters, they get stronger, gentle, stronger. And they come up, it's coming up. And we're going to go up through your chest, through your heart center one more time. And now we're going to go up through your shoulders. And we're going to go down that arm. Down your dominant through that dominant hand. So now just imagine that this energy just continues to flow up, down, down, up, and out. There's this rhythmic, beautiful quality to that flow. I get excited whenever I do this part, so I'm sorry if I'm going too fast. But it comes up, it flows out, and it's creating that flow in your body, getting everything moving, gently flowing. You just want that kind of movement throughout. Okay, I'm now going to take both of your hands that are holding these two stones. I'm going to send these symbols into your hands. Oop, got a little something. Just something. Okay, I'm going to send these into your hands. So, I'm going to send that into your hands. Now I'm going to place your hands in mine with the kambaba associated with the heart chakra. You are so loved. You are so loved. I'm taking your hands in mine, your receptive hands. I'm cupping my hands around your hand like that. Around your receptive hand with the kambaba in it. I feel your pain. I feel your suffering. You are still you in your pain. You are still you, even in your suffering. And you are loved. And you are supported. Okay? Now I am taking, again, cupping my hands around your dominant hand that is holding the septarium. I'm getting a lot of tingles from that. You are grounded, even in your pain. You are grounded, even in your suffering. You are still you. And that's a beautiful thing. Okay. Squeeze, gentle squeeze. Okay. Now while you are following that flow with your imagination, if you are called to, that flow continues throughout the rest of the session. Okay. Now I'm going to take this beautiful Amazonite and I'm actually going to place it in between your throat chakra and your heart chakra, so almost exactly where this necklace sits on me, so sort of on your breastbone. And I'm going to place it there, and I'm going to, it's very gentle on the side, so it will sit there very easily. I'm going to place it there in between your throat and your heart chakra so that you might communicate your needs and so that you must feel supported in your heart. It's kind of like connecting those two chakras. So I will place it there now. Okay. Just there. Very comfortable. Okay. Okay. With that stone there, you can freely communicate your needs. We are opening ourselves up to the infinite power of hope. Okay. I'm now going to place this garnerite or green moonstone on your heart chakra, your heart center. Let's invite emotional balance, and let's invite some Mother Earth energy. Mother Earth energy. Let's just invite some beautiful earth energy into this. And it's, again, very gentle. It's very smooth, so it'll be very comfortable. Here we go. Placing that on your heart center. Okay, good. Now, I'm going to be taking our rhodonite and our rose quartz, and as I mentioned, we are filling this space. We're filling this space now that we've cleansed it. So we're going to fill this space with big, beautiful, gentle, billowing clouds of dusty pink, if you like that, or you can imagine rolling hills of this beautiful, pinky, bright, glimmering light. Okay, so we're gonna start above your head at your crown chakra, right here, like this. And it's just gently billowing over you. Okay, like. Okay, here we go. So we're gonna kind of work it like this. Alright. There we go. So nice, so gentle. There we go. Alright. Down, down. Gonna come to your heart. And at your heart, almost picture it like taffy being spun like that. Thick spun taffy. That's what we're doing with the energy here. Yummy. So beautiful. Okay. Down through your chakras all the way. Okay. Now we're coming back up. Okay. Now, here we go. Up to the top. There. So nice. Love, universal love, and self-love in a beautiful dance all around you. I'm now just going to do an aura scan just to make sure that we didn't miss any stagnant energy. Okay, feels really good. Going to take my larger selenite wand And I'm going to gently comb through your aura one last time, just to make sure we didn't miss anything. Okay, let's start above your head here. Okay, so I'm going to go kind of behind, and then down. Lovely. So now to seal our intention, to seal this session, to close it off, I'm just going to spray a little bit more of this cedar, rosemary, lavender, tea tree oil. It can be very helpful after a Reiki session to really focus on grounding, because you're working in your etheric field. You're working with things within a space that's sometimes ignored, so it's good to just make sure that you focus on grounding. What Lunanate taught me was that sort of doing something very gentle but that could ground you would be after you're done with the Reiki session, I like to kind of like squeeze and release the feet and legs of my clients, but also just really grounding, whether that's earthing, like walking on the earth barefoot, or like doing squats or doing plies or sumo squats, or maybe just light jumping up and down, just to ground that energy. You could even take a shower and imagine, if you have it at your disposal, and imagine that like the water is cascading down and it's grounding your energy. It's bringing that energy down. Okay? Rosemary is very grounding, as is cedar. Cedar is very grounding, and there is cedar in here. So I'm just going to spray this just to seal the session. Here we go. Okay. Nice. Beautiful. Okay. Let's fluff your aura like a pillow. Okay. Here we go. To close, I will be placing my hands through your 7 primary chakras, starting with your crown, third eye, throat, placing it just above, very gentle. Heart chakra, solar plexus, sacral, and then for your root, it will be on either side of your hips. You are divine. You are connected. You are expressive. You are loved. You are loved. You are strong. You are creative. You are safe. Before we go, I just want you to know there is beautiful life force energy, loving energy all around you. At any moment, you can tap into it. This energy, it has your back. The universe has your back during this time. I'm so sorry that you're in pain. I'm so sorry for your suffering. You are loved. You are supported. Take care of yourself. In overwhelming gratitude, I humbly thank you for joining me. Bye for now.